think we good in like 2 seconds. Yeah, we Gucci now. Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is, man. Let me get this queued up real nice and nice for y'all, you know? Let's get this done right. Yeah! Yeah! Y'all already know what time it is. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. This is episode 99. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, and I'm joined with my brother from another mother. Blood couldn't make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world. My brother Santana, say something. Co-host of the show, my brother Santana, say something to the people.
Yo, what's good? What's good with y'all? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all here with us tonight, and we appreciate that. And we just gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? We got a jam-packed show as always. So, you know what I'm saying, let's get into it.
Yo, a lot has happened in the last 48 hours, so it's crazy. I just want to point out, yo, for those who don't have college football 25 yet, yo, I've been having the time of my life. When y'all get this game, yo, I'm telling y'all right now, just wrap up the next 2.5 weeks of your life. Cause once you get on that joint, you ain't gonna want to get off that joint. Like it's a fire game. It's hypnotic. You want to get into it. You want to get better, better and better and better every time you play. Cause you're gonna get smacked when you first play. That's how hard the game is. Pause. But it's a fun game, and I feel like I must mention that because I'm on the year 2035 going for my 10th national championship. I got third generation duplicitous at quarterback, know what I mean? And we just trying to run it up with more Heisman's and national championships. So, yo, fun game. Make sure y'all get that game. I want to tap into that Dragon Ball Z. People been telling me that new Dragon Ball Z game is fire. So make sure y'all get that. Make sure y'all get that. All right, y'all, let's start this off. Yo, we one episode away. We one episode away from the big 100, our 100th episode, which is basically syndication, very big, and I'm so excited, bro. You excited for the 100th episode?
Most definitely.
So, I mean, we're going to do some giveaways. So make sure y'all tap in for that episode as well. Shout out to some of our day ones already in the building. You see them badges. They got their badges. That's why I mess with y'all. Because y'all got y'all badges, be different access, different badges, different access for the channel. And we appreciate y'all. We love. Shout out to Rowan Jack, King Prince already in the building. And y'all, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, that share button, that all notification bell, and don't be afraid to interact in the chat, y'all. We ain't gonna bite, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna bite. We show love over here, so we already appreciate y'all. You feeling that badge? You feeling the badge, right, Rowan Jack? That badge is hard body. You know what I'm saying? Hard body badges over here. You know what I'm saying? We do things with class and style over here. You know what I'm saying? You see the jacket. You see my brother in yellow shirt. Stop playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Brooklyn and Queens in the building. Stop playing, y'all. I'm throwing nothing but hand gestures at y'all tonight. So stop playing. Again, thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, seriously. We on the road to 10,000 subscribers on the chat as well, and 1 year anniversary as well for the channel. So y'all are dope. All right, let's get right into it. First segment of the night, popular opinions. And again, y'all, these are the world's questions, so stick to the answers in the questions. All right, let's get it. First question of the night. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. As you see it right here, the motto is create, document, and inspire. Go on Instagram right now and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise at OUV Records. All right. First question of the night. If we had to get rid of one thing in today's society on this list, number one, social media. Number two, child support. Number three, no fault car, no fault car accidents. No fault car accidents. That's my Brooklyn accent, y'all. Check. And number four, taxes. Again, let us know what y'all think in the chat. Rowan Jack said, "Welcome back, bro." He said, "Welcome back." You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
He said, "Welcome back," like Mace. You know what I'm saying?
What was the list again?
All right. So number one, social media. Number two, child support. Number three, no fault car accidents. Number four, taxes. They going with taxes in the chat. If we could get rid of it completely, altogether, I already know what I'm going to go with, and it doesn't even apply to me anymore. But I'm going with this though.
Now, I say get rid of child support, son.
Why?
Get rid of that because of it being overtly abused. It's not used properly. People are getting thrown into child support that have no connection to the child and still getting hit with payment for a child that's not even biologically theirs, or they don't even know they own child support, and somehow some way they get arrested because of it. I feel it's overreaching, it's overbound, and it's just egregious the way that somebody could just throw you on child support, lie on you, and just be like, "Oh, my bad," and there's no fault upon the person who lied on the next person to get them on child support. So I feel getting rid of child support altogether is just more feasible and more so a reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm going with child support too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, on papers anymore. You know what I mean? But like you said, child support is something that's very egregious and more so misused. Like you said, somebody could say something, take you to court, and all the while you've been making sure that there's money in the household to take care of this child. The person could go to court and say, "Hey, I never got no money," and then when you pull out your receipts and be like, "Yo, what happened to that money right there?" Then it's like, you know, at the end of the day, so it's basically the misusage for me. And then there's a lot of people that's on it that, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, actually take care of their children, but it's deemed to say that they not. And then, with the enforcement, now they have the enforcement now. Oh, you got to surrender your passport, or you got to, your driver's license may take a hit. It could be suspended, or so the misuses of the child support because it's supposed to be support of the child. And I don't feel like a court can tell you how to support your child. So I'm going with child support as well. I see taxes in the chat. I went with child support. My brother went with child support at 43%. The rest of the world went with child support. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel as though it's a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of men feel the same way because we the one getting beat over the head with it, and it's like it's overreaching. Like we understand the concept of it, we get that. We're not disputing that, but then the overreaching part about it, and then nobody gets reprimanded for the overreach. That's the part is like, nah, you gotta get rid of the whole thing now. You know what I'm saying? Start from scratch.
Hmm. Hmm. From where?
Start from scratch, from scratch. You know what I'm saying? You got a point over
Yeah,
there. Tell them you got to walk down there and across the street and around the way. You know what I'm saying? Start from over there.
don't have your glasses. Don't have your glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Where your glasses at? Wait.
See, you need a lens, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Where's your lens at? You know what I'm saying?
Like glasses now? You what? What? No glasses? Now I got 'em right here. I was playing. I got 'em right here. You know what I'm saying? It on tuck. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? What that say right there? UNITY.
Bro, look like this. Look past the jump. Oh, classic, son.
Yo. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion question. Worst foods on this list. Worst foods on this list.
Oop scoop.
Not the goop scoop, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all go hold that. So y'all can keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget to put the cocaine in, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget the
You
cocaine.
gotta, you gotta drip. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw like that on there. You got, you know what I'm saying? Saute the coke.
Saute the cocaine. Saute the cocaine. You heard?
Yeah.
Stop playing. Don't forget just a smidgen of BBL in that joint too. You know what I'm saying? Just a smidgen. You know what I'm saying? Don't need a lot. Just a smidgen of the BBL. You heard?
Throw, throw a pinch in there.
Yo, stop playing.
Now,
Kamala's.
what's the worst foods on this list? I'm dying to hear this.
They said Kamala's cooch. Yo,
Uh,
y'all, wow. All right, y'all. So, worst foods on this list. Number one, instant oatmeal. Number two, uh, number two, bottled smoothies and juice. Number three, Cheez-Its. Number four, instant noodles. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. He said Kamala's cooch. That's crazy.
man. I have to say the was it the ramen noodles joint?
Yeah, the instant noodles. Uh-huh.
Noodles, yeah. I would say, yeah, get rid of those. The like a lot of these on this list is like the way you make them is like, you know what I'm saying? But I first on the list get rid of the instant noodles.
Yeah.
Just on how it's like actually processed and all that. Like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, on further research, four of these are in the top 10 of worst foods that you can have, period. You know what I'm saying? So, my numero uno, I'm agreeing with you again, is instant noodles or ramen noodles, oodles and noodles. I ain't going front. Back in the day when I used to
You
partake,
used to dab in it.
you know what I'm saying? And it hit every single time.
Every
You know what
single time, right in the dorm room. Oh, you want the chicken flavor?
I'm
Okay.
saying? Don't,
Sometimes you got the shorties that ask for the scrimp, and I'm
yo,
like, oh,
I,
oh, okay.
and the strip hit a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
Oh, you
acting
want the
like
shrimp? Oh, all right. We
that's
got an aristocrat in here. You know what I'm saying?
not an aristocrat. You know
You
what I
know what
mean?
I'm saying?
Like,
Oh, she about to sit with the pinky up. You know
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? And you can't just have one cup of noodles. You know what I'm saying? You had to get like two,
At
three
least
cups
two.
of
So yeah, we was eating all bad, son.
just straight dirty soup right there. You know what I'm saying? Just straight toilet soup. We didn't know no better, but these are four of the worst foods that you can have. Again, you went with oodles and noodles or instant noodles. I'm doing the same. In the chat, I'm seeing oatmeal grits is greater than oatmeal. But all of these are terrible foods to have. Even Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its, I know people for decades used to bust down on them Cheez-It boxes. You know what I'm saying? But it's bad for your body. All right, so I went with instant noodles. You went with instant noodles. Again, the chat went with oatmeal. The rest of the world at 34%. This was very close because all these are terrible. And 34% was instant noodles. What you think about that?
Yeah, a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of us is waking up and be like, nah, we're not rocking with it. And you can actually make your own. Not saying you got to, but you can make your own noodles
Yeah,
or get something different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There's a whole bunch of different options out there that are way better than instant noodles. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Facts, facts. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion question, y'all. This was probably my favorite question I've seen all day. I had to put this up here. Best 90s McDonald toys on this list. Best 90s McDonald toys on this list. So it's for that nostalgia. Some of you may remember, some of you may not. Okay. Number one, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the Gadget Mobiles. Number two, the Changeables. Number three, the McNugget Buddies. And number four, the Muppet Babies with their special cars. You know, it was called Muppet Babies, but they had the special cars. Like each Muppet Baby had a special car. Great times, by the way. It's all great times.
I have to go with the Chippendales, son.
Chip,
Chippendale Rescues was just top tier, some of the best. You know what I'm saying? And then if you like, y'all gotta remember, this was like top tier when McDonald's had the playpen. You know what I'm saying? And then the Happy Meals was like $2, man.
it was a happy meal. You know what I'm
And
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, you ate good for $2.
come on. You know what I'm saying? Got your little burger, little fries. You know what I'm saying? Little,
Nuggets and a drink. That's right now. That's like $8 now. We was getting that for $2 plus some toys and bust your head on the playpen on top of that.
come on. And then they had the nerve to say, yo, y'all don't have to get the hamburger or the cheeseburger. You can get the 6 nuggets instead. Like what? With the fries and the soda and the toy? Dude, man, sign me up. 250, sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Happy meal. You know what I'm saying?
Don't ask for the super size with the extra 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, super size me for what was it, 25, 50 cents?
Come on. Come
Man,
on.
times was great back then.
Good times. You know what I'm saying? Biggs asked, what did I miss? So the question is, what is the best 90s McDonald's toys on this list? And again, one was Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the Gadget Mobiles, two, Changeables, three, the McNugget Buddies, number four, the Muppet Baby, uh like it came with the Muppet Baby, and they had their own special like race car, bike, like something like that. So yeah. So my bro, he went with the Chippendale Rescue Ranger Gadget Mobiles, which was hard body. Me, I'm gonna have to go with the chat. They went with the McNugget Buddies. The McNugget Buddies was fire to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in there, you if don't go in there with your mans in them, cause you get a toy, he get a toy, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Now we mixing and matching our joint.
you know what I'm saying? So we've taken over the world with the toys. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, again, I went with the McNugget Buddies. The chat went with the McNugget Buddies. My brother went with Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger Gadget Mobiles at 45%. I should have changed my answer. At 45%, it was the changeables at 45%. What do you think about that?
I mean, they can't go wrong with none of these. You know what I'm saying? So each of them have a piece of nostalgia and history. So I'm
Yeah.
not the changeables neither.
The changeables was fire though. You could change a burger into a whole fighting machine. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ready to go, and then you could turn him back into a burger. Like that was kind of lit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the changeables. All right, moving on to our next segment. Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We came up with the segment. There's a lot of trash movies or movies that we didn't ask for in Hollywood, and the ideas is buns. And so we feel like we got better ideas. So you want to start this one off?
All right, so Hollywood, I need y'all to go tap back into Broadwalk Empire, but I need a highlight on the character that Michael K. Williams played, which is Chalky White. I need a series on Chalky White, son, because Chalky White in the series of Broadwalk Empire was a menace. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see his upbringing, how he became who he was, because you know what I'm saying? He held it down. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had everything on smash, and I want to know how he was able to do it. So I want to see a series on Chalky White. If y'all never seen Broadwalk Empire, y'all gotta watch Broadwalk Empire. Michael K. Williams played the character of Chalky White, and he was phenomenal in that role. So definitely tap into that to see another performance by Michael K. Williams. I think he was great in it, and he just really flushed out his character so much so to the point where it's like, yo, I really want to see more of him, like the beginning aspects of how he became who he was. And I think, I mean, HBO, y'all could definitely do it. Who I would see as playing a young Chalky White, I would go after the young dude from The Shy. What's that young cat, the dark skinned dude that was doing his? I fell off the seasons, but he was doing his gaming, and then he was about to move to
Oh,
LA. He
oh,
had
yeah,
his own
oh,
crib.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Young bro, yeah.
You think he could pull that off?
I think he can pull it off. A young, up and coming teenager going into, he's not in his 20s yet, but you know what I'm saying? Get that young teenager era of Chalky White's life. And I feel like he could pull that that role off. I think he could definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
don't know his name. Sorry if I can't remember your name, but you're doing really well in The Shy. I gotta catch up on my seasons. But all the seasons I've seen you in,
yeah,
you did really well. So, and you growing. And I think this will be another notch under your belt if Hollywood wants to do this. So I don't know what it's gonna be called, but you know what I'm saying? Something with Chalky White. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Why not just Chalky White?
Why not? Mr. White. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go, Mr. White. Holla at
yeah.
him.
You know what I'm saying?
He got a job for you. Holla at him. You know what I'm saying? You want to get molasses? Holla at Chalky.
Yo, I meant to call you the other day. I meant to call you the other day. Why? When I'm going down the Publix aisle, it's the cereal aisle, even though I don't buy cereal, but I walk down the aisle and I turn to my right, and what do they have in stores? Bottles of molasses.
Get the
I kid you not.
nah. Where
I
where where they sneakily just throwing molasses on the shelves like it's been there since 2002.
I kid you not. And I would have took a picture of it, but I left my phone in the car.
Ah,
Bro,
that's probably one left, and they was just waiting like, yo, I know he gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't damn near never see molasses, son.
you see what I'm saying? And mind you, I don't eat cereal, but you know how you just walk down the aisle to get to the closest
To the other
checkout.
aisle, and you just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, they selling molasses now in Publix. So
Nah.
I'm to
Now I gotta go to Publix on the sneak tip to try to see if I find the buddy putting molasses on the
put the
shelf.
molasses, you
I'm
know what
like,
I'm saying?
yo, where you get molasses from, son?
Aisle two down the cereal
Nah,
aisle. You
nah, wait, where y'all get it from? Who you connect? Y'all wanna holler at him, son.
Aunt Butters molasses, you know what I'm saying?
Where
Wait,
Aunt Butters at? I want to talk to him because I want to know how you make it.
yo,
Where's it
bro,
from? What substance you use to make molasses?
bro. Now that you say that, bro, I don't know. I might put like a little kitty away to invest in some molasses and call it Hustle Man. You know what I'm saying? Hustle Man molasses. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
I don't know where you get it from, son. How you make it?
I don't know, but they got it. You know what I'm saying? They got.
I'm gonna look for it now, son.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they got it right in public, and it messed me up because I left my phone in the car, and I was like, "Oh snap! I could have took a picture of this and sent it to him." So yeah. All right. So Hollywood need to ask us. I want to see. I know it. I know it's been a minute, and it's been a minute, and I feel like we could pull this off. Right. I want them to tap back into American Ninja, the American Ninja series.
Mm.
I remember as a kid, my favorite American Ninja movie was American Ninja 4, where his mans got taken down. Then
Was
they
that
had,
like domination or something? Like thing was, huh? Some domination or something like.
yeah, but you remember the main dude got caught because the crew got caught. Then they sent the main dude. Then he got caught. Then they had to send the dude that was from like the American Ninja 2 and 3. He gonna pop up like, yo, ain't nobody else gonna pull this off, baby. We need you to go down. Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
The top ninjas guys got taken out. They need him now.
You know what I'm saying? This man in retirement. He like, what? He like, yeah, like, yo, Tony got caught. Tony. And you know them 90s movies, like if your man's got caught and you told your chick you wasn't gonna go, it's like, yo, I know I told you I wasn't gonna go back, but they got Tony, like you know
I know I told you all to put the shuriken and the blade down, but you know what I'm saying? Tony's,
You know what I'm saying? Tony need my help. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Tony, I'll be dead. Know what I mean? So I gotta go get this man. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why we married today. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? So I need another American Ninja movie and took it to a whole nother level. The fight scenes, crazy. The storyline would be better, but that four was so popular because everybody got caught. Then they had to send this nigga down there, and then when he get down there, he got to fight like 5 different clans. This clan got red on, this clan got blue on, this clan got yellow on, and like the different colors had different skill sets. Then he had to fight the little Goonies out there to squad up with them. He was like, "Yo, I know you're not from around here, but can you fight, nigga? Like,
let me test your gangster real quick.
like, you know what I mean? You asking us to run up in there with the ninjas in them, and it's like 5 different sets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we want to know if you can fight. You know what I'm saying? So before we roll up in there, you gotta fight all 3 of these big brolic ass niggas over here. Like, so, yo, I need another American Ninja movie, yo. So yeah, that's what I want to see. Another American Ninja movie. I think somebody that could pull off American Ninja. I want to see all the dudes who's known for the fights. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Michael Jai White. I want to see pause. I want to see all the Japanese and Chinese dudes who get it scrappy in these
Yeah,
movies.
get it popping in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Get all them top tier dudes on there. You know what I'm saying? They could run a couple of them clans. You know what I'm saying?
You feel, and then like have like a dude like Jackie Chan run one clan and Jet Li old ass run another clan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then get the young energy in there too. Like, so I want to see that. I think that would be popping. Whatever happened to the dude that was in the new Karate Kid movie and he was cleaning off Jaden Smith?
Oh, the young kid that he was fighting, right? Get him
Yeah,
in there too. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He
yeah,
trained and ready. You know what I'm saying? He's blade
yeah,
ready. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ready, man.
So I want to see a new American Ninja 7 movie, you know what I'm saying? Because you know they did 10 movies of those already, you know what I'm saying? Call it unlimited.
Matter of
You,
fact, get some of them dudes from what's that joint from Shang Sui? What's that? The Marvel joint with the
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Get a
yeah,
couple of them cats in there because they was getting it scrappy in that movie. So I need
yeah,
some of them, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Young energy mixed
Yeah,
with the
and I need it to be rated R too. I don't yeah. Like I need more blood and gore in this one. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The 80s and 90s was cool. The setup was alright, but I need more action. I need more blood. I need, you know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
cut 2 niggas, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Arms is flying, legs is being taken out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what I need to see, son.
And I know she grown as hell right now, but you know who got to make a cameo in there? The the girl from Japan that was in Three Ninjas that cleaned off
Oh
cleaned
yeah.
off
Oh
Coke.
yeah, yeah. She gotta be up in there somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Come
On her
on,
assassin shit, you know what I'm saying?
she a grown woman now, so her skills is on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying?
She up there now.
You feel me? And I'm pretty sure the Three Little Ninjas, the original dudes, are somewhere wild, old, and haven't been active. You know what I'm saying? They could be a baseball coach or something in the movie. You know? Some regular niggas in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So put all this together. That's still a great pop right there. You know what I'm
Colt,
saying?
Colt is an offensive coordinator. Watch your mouth.
You know what I'm saying? He mad at niggas that want to do their chip and dip deal commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? You
At least
feel
we won the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
for real. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact they can't find Snyder nowhere because Snyder was that nigga. I don't care what nobody say. Snyder was that nigga in Three Little Ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro had the 3 piece with the wife beater purple joint. You know what I'm saying? With the 80s moccasins on, joint.
With
But
the
kicking ass with the slick
with
back.
the slick back. With the
He had the WD-40 slick back. You know what I'm saying? Silky. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
That's why them punches wasn't even connecting, because the slick back was just too greasy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Snyder was the best villain ever, son.
Son, Snyder was that nigga. You heard? FBI pulled up on Snyder.
And he pulling up to the drop to count his money. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to make sure I got this money on. And I'm getting out of here with the helicopter. I don't give a damn.
Yo, Snyder will pull up in there with just a sword and they got guns, and Snyder just riding out with the money on the helicopter on the jungle like, yeah, get up out of here. They light work ass niggas. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying? You gotta
Fuck
make
out
sure
of
ain't
here.
no funny money in there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Snyder was a what grandpa say, yo, don't let the money fool you. Snyder is a killer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kicked grandpa. Grandpa spin like 5 times in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Snyder, yo. Talk about, yo. Snyder, my nigga. Word. All right, moving on to our next segment. And y'all, don't forget to hit the membership page on the channel. Gold, Platinum, Family, and Day Ones. Different membership, different access. As you can see, you got people in the chat with their badges. So, again, tap into the membership page as well. All right, moving on to our next segment, our must-see segment, must-see movies, must-hear music, must-see or classic TV shows. You want to start this off?
Chat. Y'all know how I do all the time. My people with the badges, this one's for y'all. Y'all been tapped in with us for a minute now. This is the 99th episode. So for my movies, and my theme is my most quotable movies.
I
Y'all
like
should already know at least one of these movies I'm about to name. You know what I'm saying? Because we quote these movies on a regular. I haven't quoted one of these movies yet, but you know what I'm saying? It's early in the chat. So, you know what I'm saying? One of these movies is going to come up. So, in the
yeah.
chat, you ready? Just throw the names out there as I go along with this list. So, the first movie on my most quotables, gotta watch this movie. You ain't see it yet. Classic, New Jack City, man. You know what I'm saying? Classic movie. Stars Wesley Snipes, Mario Van Peebles, Ice-T, Chris Rock, Alan Payne, Judd Nelson, Michael Michelle, Bill Nunn, Christopher Williams, Tracy Camille Johns, and Russell Wong. What more can I say about this classic 80s movies? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about a drug dealer in Harlem about to come up. Like he said, ain't no Uzis in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Miss Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? Who's they?
They
The educated brothers from Uptown.
they threatened to kill my mother.
You the reason why you gonna pay me from 800 to 8,000. You know what I'm saying? New Jack City, get on tune. So you gonna know at least one quote from this movie, because we're gonna say it throughout our tenure in Can the Brothers Get a Rap. So the next movie on my list is my top favorite movie.
Hold on, before you go, I'm gonna hook you up with one of them collard green linguini. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you get a better suit? Fuck you. Why don't you get them chitlin linguinis?
Yo, Don Mateo. About the itch. Like, what you talking about? You feel me? With the slick back. You know what I
You know
mean?
what I'm saying? Yo, them big suits, yo, was different, son. So this one right here, y'all gotta know. I quote this one on a regular, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta just understand that DC is ready for us, okay? So
DC.
my next movie right on this list, my most quotables, is Paid in Full. Come on.
Yes.
Like, y'all have to see this movie. It is a classic. Came out in 2002, stars Wood Harris, Mekhi Phifer, Cameron, Kevin Carroll, Asai Morales. You know what I'm saying? They call him Lulu. They don't even know why. That's his name. You know what I'm saying? Regina Hall, Elise Neal, Chai McBride, Cynthia Martels. He didn't even see when I had my leg up. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Romeo Green, Damon Dash, my fault, bro. And Jonas Chernick. You know what I'm saying? So classic. Again, drug movie, but it's just a classic tale of trying to live life fast and the hardships of, you know what I'm saying, living and growing up in New York in the 80s during that type of era and the type of lifestyle they were living. Like, it's just a fantastic film, underrated. It's one of our hood classics, and you know what I'm saying. You make sure you go that way. You know what I'm saying. You got robbed by Duff. Nah, son. You go see that man. Until you go see that man, ain't no money for you. You know what I'm saying.
Quotes galore. How you
Quote.
doing? How you doing, Miss Billups? Like we about to go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? About to go grab dinner somewhere. You know what I mean?
You supposed to be hitting that. And last but not least, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta know this one. It's one of my favorite movies ever. You know what I'm saying? I quote this all the time. You know what I'm saying? How about you just call your family and get this shit so you get this shit back? We call go home. You know what I'm saying? Bad Boys, baby. Come on. Bad Boys forever
Plus,
gonna be my top tier because everybody JoJo knows ties. That's all he knows. You know what I'm saying? It's just entirely too much eating and too much coke for nobody know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
you know,
So Bad Boys came out in 1995, stars Will Smith, Joe Padalino, Teresa Randall, Tay Leone, Martin Lawrence, John Sally, Scott Cumberbatch, Lisa Boyle. Classic 90s movie about two cops who were about on their DEA solving crimes, specifically drug crimes. So that's all they do. You know what I'm saying? Any murders, they got to call homicide. You know what I'm saying? They don't deal with
man,
that. So
TNT tactical. You know what I'm saying?
it's all
Feel me?
about finesse and subtlety.
What Mike said? Once you're in a movie or something that we can kick back to. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, don't try to break up a happy home. Yo, classic. My most quotable movie to this day is Bad Boys. So for my list is my most quotables. All of these movies is great movies. You're still gonna be severely entertained, and you're gonna see why we quote these movies forever. So my movies are New Jack City, Paid in Full, and Bad Boys, the first one.
My wife don't have no bitch.
I'm a bad boy. From
Drop
now on, that's how you drive.
drop off this motherfucking clip. We would be what, two bitches in the seat?
Oh, it won't hurt if you take a look, huh? They shoot a goddamn bullet over here, it'll hurt.
You know money? I'm so tired of this bullshit. You think I'm supposed to apologize for my parents leaving me money? You know what I'm saying? I'm the first one through the door and the last one to leave. So fuck you and fuck everybody that got a problem with Mike Lowry. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just saying, no job, no check. I mean, that's like the rest of us in the force. You know what I'm saying? Some of us think you just playing cop. You know?
So I'm playing cop now. So all this game to me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, classic movie, yo. Who done
Classic, yeah.
told that's that? Like, yo, classic movie, yo. Classic movie. We quote that movie every episode. Every episode. All right, y'all. So my three must-see movies. Again, I don't keep a theme like my brother do, but I feel like I name movies that y'all haven't seen for some reason, and tonight ain't gonna be no different. So my first must-see movie came out in 2001, directed by Tony Scott. It starred Robert Redford, Catherine McCormick, Brad Pitt, Charlotte Rampling, Stephen Dillanane, and Margaret Qualley. Margaret Qualley. Movie is called Spy Game. Fire movie about a retired spy, and then you have another active spy that's he's trying to help, but he's trying to help while trying to go around the previous company type of politics. So it's a fire must see movie. Make sure you tap into Spy Games. Second must see movie. And you know what? I do have a theme, and I didn't mean for this to happen. All these movies came out in 2001, so it was a great year for 2001. Great year for movies. I just realized it as I'm looking at it. So my second must see movie came out again 2001, directed by Victor Slavi. It stars Justin Long, pause, Jonathan Breek, uh, Gina Phillips, Tom Tina, uh, Ray Wise, Patricia Bleacher. Movie is called Jeepers Creepers. Fire movie about some sort of mystical creature that comes every certain amount of years, and white folks was being nosy, and Creeper was on that ass. But it's a must see movie. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. You have to watch the rest of the movie. Again, it's called Jeepers Creepers. My third must see movie again came out in 2001, directed by Stephen Herrick. This stars Mark Wahlberg, Jennifer Anderson, Jason uh, Bonham, Timothy Slade, Dominique West, Timothy Oliphant, and Zach Wild. This movie is called Rockstar. Fire movie about a young musician coming from the Seattle area, and he just so happened get a chance to make it as a rocker, and you have to see the rest of the movie. It's a very entertaining, very good watch. Dope movie. So again, my three must see movies for Thursday going into the weekend is Rockstar, Jeepers Creepers, and Spy Game. So make sure y'all tap into that. All right, moving on to our must hear segment. This is going to be R&B related. This is the Jacob Lattimore section of must hear music by Jacob Lattimore. I'm gonna give y'all three must hear, put on your playlist, thank me later, fire music. All right, number one song is called Old Thing Back. Number two is called Advertise It. Number three is called True Shit featuring Trevor Jackson. So again, those three must hear music by Jacob Lattimore. Put it on your playlist. Again, the songs are called Old Thing Back. Number two, Advertise It. Number three, True Shit featuring Trevor Jackson. So make sure y'all tap into that must hear music. All right, moving on to must see or classic TV show. You want to start this one off?
Oh yeah, my classic TV show definitely gotta tap into this one. Even though it had one season, it was still a fire season growing up. My Brother and Me. I only had one season.
Right.
Came out in 1994. Was on Nickelodeon and it stars Ralph Wolfert the Fourth, Reggie the Third, Aisling Sistrunk, Jimmy Lee Newman Jr., Jimmy Jimmy Coleman, Amanda Seals, Karen Fraction, Kim Whitley, Avis Marie Barnes, and Ralph Wolfert the First. Fire series about, like it says, my brother and me, and it's just a good series about a brother and his younger brother, and they're just coming up with his wacky friends, and it's about them in their junior high school. I mean, yeah, junior high school days, sixth, seventh, and his little brother's probably like in the fifth grade and stuff like that. So it was just a dope series. Only had one, but definitely something to tap into for nostalgia purposes. And it's called My Brother and Me.
Make sure y'all tap into My Brother and Me. Fire must see show. So make sure y'all tap into that. Uh, good. That show will remind me of so much good times. Excuse me. So make sure y'all tap into that. All right, y'all. My must see show, classic show, either or. I think is more of a must see than a classic, even though this show got 9 seasons. It's called 24. Also came out in 2001. Great. Damn, that's a great year for shows and movies. This stars Kiefer Sutherland, Mary Roskerberg, Alicia Cuthbert, Sarah Clark, Carlos Brenham, and I'm sorry, Carlos Bernard, and Dennis Haybert. Fire show. It speaks for itself. It's called 24. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, so make sure you tap into 24. You got cologne for us?
Definitely got to smell good for y'all this week. You look good, you feel good, you smell good, you gonna do good. We tapping into Burberry this week, and the fragrance is called Mr. Burberry. You know what I'm saying? That there's nothing else that need to be said. You know what I'm saying? You got to cop this one, have this one in your collection. Again, Burberry, and the scent is called Mr. Burberry.
Make sure y'all tap into Mr. Burberry Fire Scents. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to wrap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movies, shows, documentaries, as well as original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, Button Snaps. First hot topic of the night. We got a lot of topics tonight. A lot of things happened this week. All right, first topic of the night. DJ Mustard divorce settlement has concluded, and this is what he ended up with. So he ended up with 4 motorcycles, 5 cars, a mansion, a couple of jet skis, some residential properties that he also is able to receive. He has to pay, this is crazy. For 3 children, he has to pay a little over $24,000 a month for child support. So it comes out to 24,500 a month for child support for 3 children. Uh, Oddly enough, they end up with joint custody. So it's like if you got joint custody, why do you have to pay $24,000 a month?
It must be California.
So yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting raped out there.
Uh oh damn. Uh a one-time spousal support of $315,000 that he has to pay upfront, and then he has to pay something I've never heard of called a one-time equalization payment of $275,000. So that's a lot of money. That's to divvy the assets. She ends up with a house or a mansion as well as a couple vehicles, and obviously, I mean 24,000 a month for the next.
It's insane. And then on top of that, you still paying for the house she lives in. You still paying for the car she's driving, unless you make sure you take your name or your company's name off those cars and make sure she puts her names on the cars since she's gonna be owning them. It's only right. I'm paying you all this money. Now it's time to use that money and start paying these bills. It's crazy. I just don't understand how the child support system in California, especially in California, and then divorce court and the system of divorce in California is just so egregious towards men who built something of themselves and grind it through the mud to get to a certain level where they can afford these type of riches, and then his only mistake was choosing the wrong person to love. Like, that's crazy. Now he got paid for all of that. That's insane to me. And then on top of that, it just lets me know how much of a game this is, because all the lawyers and everybody that you hiring, they're all benefiting from it, from all these types of high profile cases. I mean, from the clerk, all the attorneys, the judges, the mediator for the divorce court. Then you got the mediator for child support. Then you got all, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff. You don't even need $24,000 a month for 3 kids. You
That's
don't.
that's crazy. I heard women speak on this, and they were like, "Oh, 24,000 a month. That's good." I'm like, "Yo, do y'all know how much 24,000 a month is? This is not a one
Situation,
thing."
and this is what makes the conversation like this so problematic, because you can't even have conversations like this with no kind of woman. I don't even care if she's not even benefiting from child support or any kind of way. For some reason, somehow, some way, she's always gonna side with the woman no matter what. No matter what the scenario is. So it's no point of even talking to a woman about child support. You know what I'm saying? It's just no point, because it just benefits them. So when it stops benefiting them, now it's going to be a problem. when they start having states where they're asking for mandatory DNA testing and this, that, and the third, now it's an issue. Now you're gonna start seeing them complaining about it because why? You don't benefit from it. You can't finesse now. Now it's an issue. The only reason why y'all even have any of these privileges is because men allow it. As soon as certain men say no more, what you gonna do then? So milk the game now. But as soon as men start waking up and realize, like, nah, we done with this and we cutting this shit off, and that's it. It's over with.
And another reason why child support is so egregious is the father going anywhere? Is he leaving their life? Is he like I'm confused because if they got joint custody, so they're gonna be with mom half the time, dad half the other time. What are you paying for?
Why are you paying a one-time spousal support and then on top of that paying some new shit they just made up? You know, it's just made up and shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like I'm I'm tired of seeing our men with money but no knowledge. I'm tired of seeing that because you can't tell me after you done seen you in the same peer group as the rest of these niggas who just got violated prior to you going to court. You think you'll be like, you know what? Let me look into this a little bit more because these lawyers ain't really doing it.
Hmm.
You think you might look into it a little bit more, a little bit deeper, just to see, like, wait a minute, how can I not pay 20 bands a month?
Hmm.
I'm gonna pay something, but 20 bands is egregious. And then on top of that, still pay spousal support. With all this independence that women talking about, y'all always getting the bag from men. Y'all don't get the bag by yourselves. It's always off another man. So how y'all independent?
Hmm.
You so independent, give that money away. Be like, now I got my own bread.
Can you imagine making $25,000 a month from someone else and not off your personal work in itself?
Bro, there's no man alive that can imagine that because we all gotta get to it. There's no scenario where a man lives his life where he's getting 24,000 off somebody else.
Right.
There's no scenario. So we can't even fathom or even envision or have talks with somebody like that because that man don't exist.
Hmm.
Every man I know is getting to it.
Hmm.
However he gotta get to it, he getting to it. And then his only mistake is because he chose the wrong woman. Like, that's cold.
20.
20 bands is insane.
I'm gonna say 25 because it's 24,500 a month, so it's basically 25. Like let's just keep it real. 25,000 for bro. You don't need 25,000 a month to raise three children, three
There's
kids,
people right now making 25,000 a year with 3 children. What
and
we talking about here?
come on, bro. Come on, come on.
Making it work. It's getting harder and harder, but they doing what they can. So that means it can work. So why all of a sudden because this man made this much money, he has to pay more?
And again, I have to continue to mention this because when people hear this and when they're hearing it right now, they like, but still, no, it's not no, but still, there's joint custody. There's joint custody. So even if he don't, let's say the kids are at school throughout the week and he see them on the weekend, right? Then they have something called summertime. Those days add up. There's something called vacation days. Those days add up. There's gonna be special days where the ex-wife is gonna want to go on vacation. Those days add up. And if they have joint custody, then it's really supposed to be split time. We That's not make this up. So they say joint custody. Joint custody is supposed to be split time. So what is he paying for?
And still gotta pay for the time when he has his children.
Come on now.
Like, bro, I'm getting tired of men having success, but then still getting finessed in the law system. Like, bro, you can't be successful and still getting finessed in child support. No, son, we need somebody where we have a case where a man wins child support on record so the rest of us can use it. One person win and it's on record, it's over. That's how the system works. One dude finesse the system and find a way to get it recorded, it's over after that. All you gotta do now, once it's recorded, is ask for that recording. But
I
but for you to find it, you would have to know what child support case that is, because they're gonna bury it. It's not gonna be something you're gonna find. You're gonna have to know where that child support system, when that court date was, who it is, what the situation was to find that court case. You know what I'm saying? But when it is out there, that's why a lot of these situations like mandatory DNA has passed in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of states are starting to see like, yo, this is starting to get egregious, and like we need more men to like start waking up. And I'm not saying to eradicate child support. I'm just saying like it's egregious now. It's to the point where you locking somebody for not paying it, and then when he gets out, he still has to pay it. But you locked him up for not paying it. So how is he gonna get to money if he's been locked up?
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's egregious. This shit don't make no sense. You just buy it's eating its own tail now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
yeah.
purpose it was created is now gone, is lost.
I'm saying get rid of it. Because especially if you got men who are still taking care of their children, like to get $24,000 a month, is he going somewhere? He not going nowhere. He gonna be down the block because he gonna see y'all in a couple of days.
My thing is how you agree to that, be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm straight with that. After a while, your finances are gonna get depleted. I don't care how much money you got. $24,000 a month is a loss.
Crazy, crazy. That's an egregious amount of money for 3 children. That's crazy. Come on, come on. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. I told you it's a lot of topics, and like and a lot of this stuff happened in the last 48 hours, man. All right, ex Georgetown Hoya women's basketball player Sydney Wilson was shot dead after slashing a police officer. She was shot 5 times in Reston, Virginia. So the video showed there was some sort of concern on this young lady. The officer knocked on the door. She opens up the door. She's calm, but she is tall. She's 6'6", but she seemed like she had a pleasant disposition. The officer called. I mean, officer tried to talk to her, say, "Hey, you have some people that was concerned," and she closed the door right in his face. So slammed it. He knocks on the door. He's like, "Please, can you open the door? Like, I need to speak with you. I need to do a wellness check on you." And as soon as she opened the door again, she had a kitchen knife and slashed him right in the face. So immediately he backs up, pulls out the gun, and say, "Yo, put the knife down." She wasn't hearing that. She was walking forward. He backs further up again, like, "Yo, put the knife down. Please, I'm begging you, put the knife down." She continued to move forward. He shoots her 5 times, and she's gone. What do you think about that story?
Well, I didn't see it, but if that's the way you describing it and that's the way it happened, I mean, what else do you want the officer to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he knocked on the door, didn't hear nothing, pull out his hammer and shoot through the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying it's not like, all right, she closed the door, then opened the door again, slashes him in the face, then he pull out the hammer and shoot. He
Right.
actually tried to de-escalate the situation, even though he was attacked first, from what you
Yeah,
tell me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
What you telling me, he's backing up, still asking her, hey, calmly, you know what I'm saying? And she still keeps coming forward with the knife, with a
Hmm.
deadly weapon that can use to take his life. I mean, in that scenario, it's like, I mean, that's why he get paid to be a police officer. You feel me? Like, I'm, I'm sorry that for the family. I wish the family went to go check on them, check on her well being. They sent a peace officer to do a wellness check, to check on her well being, and it ended in a tragedy like that. But at the end of the day, it's like I can't be mad at a police officer for doing his job the way he did it.
And when you watch the video, I can't lie because it threw me off. Like I could see why he got caught with getting cut because when she opened the door, she smiled. She didn't say anything, but she had a pleasant disposition about herself. And then she just slammed the door. It just happened like that. So he was thrown off. You could tell when somebody's thrown. He was thrown off. He's like, hey, I need to talk to you. I need to check on you. Please open the door, please. And he's being nice about the situation. You know what I mean? And when she opened the door, it wasn't a situation where he knew it was coming. As soon as she opened the door, she came out. Mind you, she's 6'6", so she has a long reach, long arms, and she got him pretty good. She gashed him. She gashed his face. So a lot of people were still upset because they felt like she could have been tased, but um, that's another level that could have happened. But to be human, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm in that situation, now you cut me, I'm not going for my taser. That you cut me. Like you know when you've been cut, you feel skin, you see blood. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing all in itself. And
What Will Smith's dad said? I didn't plan it. It just happened.
y'all, we not trying to make joke situation, but it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Um, you know, she lost her life. The family, obviously is hurting. So we're not making a joke on that. We're just talking about the situation of the Will Smith dad or whatever and the cop. But yeah, she was a star basketball player for the Georgetown Warriors, and it's sad to see her go out like this. Obviously, it's not obvious that she had a mental illness, but when somebody reacts in that manner, that's not normal. So I would guess that she had some sort of mental illness based on her reactions of what was going on. And it's just sad, you know what I'm saying? The officer could have lost his life just by checking on her, and she lost her life not getting the proper treatment and care that she needed to to make a different decision or even to be in that situation altogether. So yeah. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Former former assistant principal Bryson Tigner at Westbury High School in Houston, Texas, have been charged for essay on a former 20-year-old student, Mikhail Boyle. Uh, the assistant principal invited his former student to his home. They smoked. They watch TV. They drunk a little bit. The student passed out and woke up to the assistant principal. Again, his name is Byron Tigner, and doing essay to him, and Mikhail wasn't having it. He was ready to go. He offered him $50 not to tell anybody, and obviously, he made it up out of there, and uh, he told somebody. So, what do you think about that situation?
I feel like there has to be I don't know how you would vet for some of this stuff, but I think there should be some type of vetting um screening process or some psychological screening, maybe to find disposition for that type of behavior before certain jobs are being given to certain people, if you're going to be around children and adolescents. Yeah, it's just crazy that we getting more and more of these cases where we're putting trust in people of authority over our children, and a lot of this shit happens. Like, yo, as they say in the chat, send them to Turkey. You know what I'm
Send
saying?
them to Turk. Send them to the Turk.
I'm not even gonna lie. On the side note, I did go to Turkey on my way to Palermo, so Turkey kind of nice. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
But for them, they not going on the same flight I was. You know what I'm saying? They going on the Con Air joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The joint with whatchamacall, with the rest of them crazies
yeah,
in that
yeah.
movie. That's the joint they going on. You know what I'm
With
saying?
Cyrus,
They ain't going on Turkey shit like me. You know what I'm saying?
with, you going there with Cyrus the Virus and Diamond Dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I was with Simon in the Skybox. Yeah. Y'all gonna be down in the gutter, you know what I'm saying? Right when you go 12-hour flight to Turkey, baby, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, don't Cameron Poe on there. You know what I'm saying? Don't Cameron
And,
Poe.
and you ain't gonna get no eats, you know what I'm saying? Just little peanuts and water. That's it. Barely
Don't
gonna get that.
don't forget his man Odell. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget his man Odell. You know what I'm saying? And pinball, get pinball up there. You know what I'm saying?
Straight Con Air for you know what I'm saying?
Uh, and I always forget that Dave Chappelle is in that movie as pinball. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you have a lot of these people that mask themselves in everyday society and working with kids and children, and to garner somebody's trust like that. They said they garnered a relationship during his senior year in high school and they became cool. So I know what it's like to be a student and have like the cool teacher or the cool assistant or the cool security, and you think they're genuine people. But imagine, cracking jokes with them and them being cool and them trying to essay you. Like, that's just completely wild. But he also had to, even though you're a 20-year-old man, you have to practice better judgment as well too. You kind of put yourself in that position. I'm not blaming you as the victim, but what I'm saying is you have to be mindful of the company that you keep and look out for certain signs. And going through this situation, I'm pretty sure moving forward, this is something that, you got to look out for the signs. You know what I'm saying? Because if this happens again, yeah, you really being essayed. So, giving this young man the benefit of the doubt, he is the victim. You got to look for the signs. It's not your fault, but you have to look for the signs so that way you don't put yourself in harm's way, and you'll be able to help out someone else if if there's signs that they miss, and being around certain adults. So um, so yeah. So I just but it's also terrible that, again, like you said, we don't have a better vetting process and system, that people could commit crimes and then get back into the school systems to commit more crimes. So uh, that's called the grooming. Yeah. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, I don't know how to frame them, so I'm just gonna say it. Pause. Um, Former drug kingpin, known as Big Meech Flannery, is released from prison after serving nearly 20 years in prison. He was just released, I believe, today or yesterday. What do you think about that?
That's amazing. Glad that he's able to come home, be with his family, get past that part of his life and move on and see and have better days moving forward. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? We'll have better days moving forward. And you know what I mean? The streets is gonna go crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
The streets is
yeah.
gonna go wild because you know what I'm saying? Big Meech is a big name in the streets. So for him to come home, you already know content about to get wild and crazy. YouTube about to be buzzing with all types of content. So it's gonna be interesting how the the layout of the content creators and where they going and how they gonna shift with this with him coming home. And I think which one call is supposed to come home next year too. Max B I think is supposed to come home next year.
Really?
I think so. I'm tap in on when, but that's another one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we need some real men come home and explain what it is. Like, yo, if you want to go down this route, yeah, but these are gonna be the consequences of the choices you make. Like you can make them because every man makes their own decisions, but be prepared for what comes with that. So we need those type of real men who already went through it those experiences to come out and talk to the youth and explain to them like, hey, yes, I lived this lifestyle, did this, that, and the third, but really was it worth it though? You know what I'm saying? So to hear from the horse's mouth now would just be just, you know what I'm saying, a rude awakening for a lot of people. So shout out to him and his family. I'm pretty sure they're happy that he's home and he could be a free man again.
Facts, man. What Mitch say? What Mitch say? He said, "That's my one gift in life, eh? If I leave, she still gonna love me, man." And like,
Yeah, I got a little dough. Yeah, nigga could leave the league. You know what I'm
you know what I'm saying?
saying?
I heard a magic on one of them niggas, you know. You know what I'm saying? So he left and the streets still love him. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, the content about to go crazy. He get the chance to be with his family. He had he has the BMF series out on his life, and I'm pretty sure if they continue to,
Got a check cut for him for sure.
you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but they got to fact check it too because there was some discrepancies within the BMF series that he didn't agree with about the show. He like, yo, that didn't happen. I don't wear my shit like this. I didn't sell to this person. Like he was real meticulous with the show. Watching his episodes from prison. So glad to hear that he's back home and him being as charismatic as he is. I've heard tons of stories about him. I have friends who was in BMF, who is in BMF, I should say, and the brother's home, and you know what I'm saying, it's about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying, whether it's Atlanta, Detroit, Cali, wherever that they're at, it's about to go up, and I wish him all the best. All right, moving forward to our next hot topic. Michael Jordan's dad, James Jordan, his murder case is more than likely going to take a new turn. For those who don't know, Michael Jordan's father was murdered. Um, uh, I believe back in 93, 94. I could be mistaken on the year, but his killers was convicted in 96. His convicted killers uh, was Daniel Green and Lenny Demir. Lenny Demir was said to be the doer. Uh, he told Daniel Green that he was about to go handle some business, to go make a business deal, and supposedly in a botch robbery, he ended up murdering Michael Jordan's dad, which is James Jordan. He went back to get Daniel Green to help him dispose of the body. He was convicted in 1996 for a life term. But the judge, Judge Weeks, in that trial, the presiding judge in that trial said ever since then he felt like the testimony uh, uh, in the evidence was very weak as far as the DNA portion of the case, and feel like those guys, or at least Daniel, should not be doing a life term. So the former judge, has now recently asked the review board to set him free and give him time served. What do you think about that?
Well, when this happened, we was pretty young.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, like I've seen certain things where they're saying there was discrepancies and the case was rushed or it wasn't like handled properly, and now come to find out that the judge sort of feels the same way in the DNA portion, and they have to just reopen the whole case then. You know what I'm saying? If the judge is asking for because normally it's a lawyer, you know what I'm saying, or somebody that's hired to research the case and find discrepancies. Normally is on that portion. But for the judge who's presiding over the case to now ask for it to be reopened or for them to look at the specifics of the cases, let's like reopen the whole case then. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Relive. go through that, make sure everything was done properly, because there's people's lives on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Chat was like, let Michael Jordan decide. What do y'all think he would say?
Ye-
Uh,
in a sense, but it's not up to him.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's not up to Michael Jordan, unfortunately.
right.
You feel me? So the portion of where Michael Jordan's decision making was needed was when his in the closing arguments, and you know what I'm saying, they had the family speak. If he did speak, again, we were young around this time, so we weren't really watching the case. You know what I'm saying? We was in the elementary school. But in the point of what y'all making in the chat, it's not really up to him. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's up to a board now. So it's really out of the Jordan family hands as far as if the case is going to be reopened or not.
And I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Michael Jordan, you know, and this man was the doer or had a hand in my father's murder in any type of way, whether it's disposing of the body, moving the body, doing whatever to the body after the fact. Nah, man, I don't. Nah, hell no. Forget that evidence. You didn't help. You didn't. You didn't come forward. You didn't. You try to get away with it. That's me. I'm speaking if I'm Michael Jordan himself, and that's my father. That's just me. But um, you know, but it's not up to him at the end of the day. It's up to the evidence and how they're going to handle the case. And we have to wait and see for this because, again, we're talking about 30 something years later, 96, 2000. So it's like 28 years later. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure all types of stuff will pop up. And we're going to keep our eye on this case. But this is something that is actually moving rapidly. And they trying to get him released immediately. That's how fast they're moving on this particular case. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. uh, Rapper and LSU women's basketball player Flo J. Johnson is on records now for now owning 20 acres of land in the state of Georgia, and she's only 20 years old. She took her NIL money, and instead of going shopping and going crazy, she ended up buying 20 acres of land in Georgia. What do you think about that?
Unless you know how cheap land really is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, this is very refreshing to be honest with you. Instead of this young lady buying bags and Gucci and just a whole bunch of silliness or whatever, she really making her money work for her now. So that way, in the short and in the long run, she set herself up. Whether she goes to the WNBA, whether she continues to get an NIL deal or whatever the case may be, she's setting herself up for not only her exit strategy, but for her life. 20 acres of land, she can make a nice penny off of. And uh, here, a college student going that route instead of buying, a car or, just more things. It's very refreshing. Very.
Shout out to her father or the male figures in her life that schooled her on that. That's male tutelage right there. So grandfather, somebody, uncle, a close male. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Yeah.
put her on game. That's real. That's real game right there. That's real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. And in the next 10 years, she will never be struggling. You know what I'm saying? So again, she's putting herself on a fast track in life financially. So shout out to her. And she's a dope artist too. So I gotta give it up to her. So when you hear artists and you hear somebody get money from NIL, you know they're gonna blow it. But it's refreshing to hear that she didn't go that route. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. The New York Jets have acquired in a trade All-Pro wide receiver Devontae Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's the Jets. It's the Jets. I mean, what more can I say until it's playoff time and I see what the what their record is. Then we can talk. Right now, I don't mean nothing, but it's the Jets.
Yeah, yeah,
When it's December and it's crunch time, now we gonna see what's popping. But right
yeah,
now, like, okay,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have, of course. I don't know what it is about Cowboys fans, Knicks fans, Jets fans. They always feel like they're one piece away. Like, yo, if we get this person, yo, we definitely going to the Super Bowl. We definitely going to the championship. And it never works out that way because the organization as a whole is inept, is trash from top to bottom. Y'all just doing stuff to do stuff. Y'all not doing stuff with no real system. How do you go from firing your head coach 1 week, who's a defensive minded guy and has transformed the New York Jets defense? The Jets defense, since he's been there, has been way better. They've been top 5, top 10 in defense since he's been there. Offense been trash. Offense been trash. You get Aaron Rodgers, but you fire your head coach, and now you bring in Devontae Adams. Counterproductive. Counterproductive. If you would have kept your head coach and then make this trade, then I was like, okay, there's some sort of energy in the air, maybe, but because they're in the net franchise, they cut their nose, they spike their face. The excitement has to be tamed because we know that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have, that connection from the Packers, but that was the Packers. That was years ago. This is New York City, baby. This is New York City. It's a whole different type of green over here. So at the end of the day, it's a wait and see game. So it makes for great news, headline news, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I said it before. The Patriots is not going to be good for a while. They quarterback and Drake. He has potential, but they just have a young squad. Miami, Tua might retire. He's had another concussion, and they don't have a backup that you're going to say that, yeah, they're going to fight for a playoff spot. So you have the Jets and the Bills. And to me, I think the Jets, when you look at the names on their roster, has a better talent, but they have a quarterback. They have a quarterback, and they just got what you call him in the trade today as well. The Bills, they got Amari Cooper from the Browns. So it could be one or the other. On any given Sunday, anything can happen. So this is going to be another wait and see thing when it comes to the Jets. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Platinum artist Life Jennings says he was turned down for the NPR Tiny Desk concerts. He said they rejected him because they felt like he wasn't a big enough artist. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's their opinion. If they the one running their show, I mean, I guess I don't know why you wouldn't let Life Jennings hit. He had a good album. So I'm not even gonna lie. First two albums was fire. First album for sure was fire. But I mean, if that's how they feel, I guess can he be mad at that too much? Sort of, but I mean, he feels that he's way bigger than they suggest. But I don't know. I mean, that's their platform, so I guess.
Like you can't tell who you want on your platform, but based on the artists that they had previously, I mean, he fits their mold. He's a platinum selling artist. He has good music. I'm not necessarily a big fan of like Jennings. If he performed, it's not like, oh, I gotta watch that episode. But he puts on a good show, and he has good music, and his music resonate with a lot of people. He's had success in his career that would allow that. I honestly believe that they probably just didn't know the impact that he has in his music and the people that really rock with him in his music. And I think the music that he does is perfect for their platform. That type of live feel, live entertainment, live music. He has more of that feel. and I enjoy his music better live than just hearing the song. So I think he would have been perfect, but it's their platform. They get to choose who they want. They don't feel he's big enough, but based on their platform or based on their criteria on the past artists, he fits their criteria. So at the end of the day, I just feel like they just dropped the ball on the culture in that regard of not fully knowing who he is. That's what I honestly believe. But uh, he felt the type of way, so he let that be known. He was like, "Yo, this is what they was on," and I just feel like, yeah, I should know about that. So, very interesting, very interesting. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. McDonald's releases new chicken Big Mac and is going crazy. What do you think about that?
I mean, more of the chicken sandwich. You know how we do. More of that. You feel me? So same game. You know what I'm saying? Different players. That's all.
Same distraction, different play. You know what I'm saying? Uh, man, this was crazy, and then they end up getting one of the biggest influencers in the game to endorse the chicken Big Mac, which is Kai Sanat. He's the new chicken Big Mac, endorser for McDonald's. And so people gonna go crazy, go try this out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
uh,
I said that the new sellout. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you gotta go where the check is, and when they cutting that check for you, you gonna do what they say. So if you gonna promote poison, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna promote because that's where the check is being cut. So, and he has a huge following of the youth, so it makes sense for them to cut him a big check, like any other black entertainer or any other black person that has a lot of clout. These people that these corporations that push poison to our communities are gonna use our people that look like us against us. You know what I'm saying? But it's just business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Can I be mad at Kai that for taking the check? Not really. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we still got a choice whether or not we want to eat at McDonald's or not.
mhm,
So
mhm.
everybody got a choice to make. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not getting no McDonald's chicken sandwich. You know what I'm saying? But if you won't get a chicken sandwich like McDonald's, come on. You can
Yeah,
get a chicken sandwich from your local from a hole in the wall spot, and it'll be much healthier for you because they put their time in and they seasonings.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they
yeah,
drizzle a little cane in it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Little BBL.
Little dab of BBL in it, you know what I'm saying? Because you know some love in there, you know what I'm saying? Support your local chicken shack, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a chicken shack around your way. Support them. Don't go to McDonald's. Go to the local chicken shack. I'm pretty sure theirs is way better.
That remind me of the episode of Jamie Foxx show where he was trying to impress Fancy, and then they offered him the Flood Puckers commercial, and then the man's on there was like he don't eat the beef or whatever, and then at the end he flip flopped. It was like, yo, oh y'all gonna pay me 30 bands? He went from vegan to eating the chicken Big Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Quick facts. Oh yeah, I like this one. This real good. Finger licking.
Finger licking good. You know what I'm saying? So that reminds me of that in that regard. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. This has invaded my timeline. Something crazy. Safari and the Erica Mena situation. Safari, known as to be a rapper, producer, love and hip hop guest. Um, Him and his ex-wife, Erica Mena, he released a home video of her uh, getting a ladder and climbing over the fence of his house to get into, to break in. Also shows a video of her destroying property, of her punching and hitting him in front of the kids in his home. He released that footage on her doing that. What do you think about that?
If he was smart, he should use that in child support court. To, you know what I'm saying? To showcase, hey, this is how she's acting, da 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 da. This is how she's acting when she's picking up kids in my home, my domain, and she's attacking me. That would have been a perfect scenario to use in child support to win your case. You know what I'm saying? But you put out in a public forum. Mm, I don't know. Like, I don't see what was the point of it. That it would have been better if you did it in court. You know what I'm saying? Where it would have mattered more so than the public opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't matter on public opinion, but on record when you go into court for disputes with child support, you know what I'm saying? That's really the issue. You know what I'm saying? It's a child support, so why don't you situate it then with that evidence? That would have been more than enough you need to win over your case. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's joint custody, full custody, whatever you want, reduce child support payments, this, that, and the third. But I don't understand the point of it being released through the public forum. But I don't see the point of it. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I get the point that you're making. Like, yo, make this work for you. You got this footage, make it work for you. I think this footage was released in the sense of public opinion for people to form their opinion against her.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I get that. Hopefully,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, he also used it before getting out in public opinion properly to situate whatever cases or situations we have no idea about between them,
right.
situate his better position, and of course, the public opinion is gonna be swayed your way anyway because we can see the footage. So
Yeah,
there's no denying it after that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
there's gonna be some outliers out there that's still gonna sidestep what they see and
yeah,
still, you know what I'm saying? Still
yeah,
find a way to place victimhood and place blame on Safari. And you know what I'm saying? I just hope he uses strategically in other aspects on top of it being out there publicly.
yeah. I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. But this is what I think why he released the video. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really believe is more so for public, perception and opinion of her and how she's moved and how her history, like she has a history of putting her hands on men. Like, I've seen videos of her putting her hands on one of her exes. I think happened to be like the father of her first child, which is I think he's like a teenage boy at this point in time. We've seen, well, the world have seen that. I've seen it, I should say. Um, you've seen her behavior with one of her ex girlfriends, since Santana. You've seen, the behavior with her in Safari. So, you know, it doesn't look good for her. People have constantly give this lady passes on the type of energy she's put out in her own relationship amongst black women as well. Y'all know I hate saying black because that's not what we are. We're melanated folks. If we're not one and the same, then you can't garner uh, a differential. Because she had made a statement about one particular woman who was melanated about her being a monkey and looking like a monkey. So she's had some history of some real sketchiness, and there's been a pass here, pass there every single time. So in this particular situation, what people are not really realizing and not really focused on, because I've seen the comments, and the women is like, what did he do to make her get a ladder and to climb over his because it's pretty high. It's not like a regular fence. It was pretty high. And for her to climb over the thing and for her to be knocking on his door and unannounced and unattended. And it's like, yo, it doesn't matter what he do. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you have to have some sort of self-control. I say it all the time, every single show when we talk about men and women. Learn the tools to have the uncomfortable conversation and being resolution based. If you can't do that, then one, you definitely should not be having no kids. But you shouldn't have a relationship with somebody that you can't have the uncomfortable conversation with and be resolution based on top of that. You like this person and love this person. At some point you gave this person the ultimate submission. I don't understand women that give their body, you're giving your body is the ultimate submission, but you can't sit there and have uh a conversation with somebody that can be productive. So did like so when people say, "Oh," from the comments that I read, "Oh, what did he do?" There's no justification of her doing that because at the end of the day, what people are not talking about, regardless of what he does, regardless of what she does, this affects their children, especially when it's done in front of them, especially when they're still toddlers. They're gonna remember this. They're gonna see this. Most domestic violence situations is learned behavior. Is learned behavior. When people have really domestic violence is because they didn't learn the tools of anything else. They seen an older cousin or older sister or mommy and daddy get into it because the mindset is if this person don't hit me, then they don't love me. If I don't show my aggressive side, then she's not going to understand how much I care for her, and vice versa. Those are tools of toxic behavior. So we don't learn the tools to do vice versa. So at the end of the day, who it really affects is the children. And this is going to be behavior that they're going to learn, and it's going to be an ongoing cycle unless they're able to unless they're able to have the uncomfortable conversation and be resolution based and do different behaviors and tools in front of their children. Because that's crazy for a child to see mommy on top of the gate, jump down, walk through the door, bust open, glass all over the floor, and carrying on. That's not a good look either. It's not a good look either, regardless if this person's not great at communicating. You gotta find a way to still communicate and be resolution based for your children. Because at the end of the day, that's who matters the most at the end of the day, especially if you're doing it in front of them. So yeah, so and it's getting nastier and nastier. She just released a video saying, "Don't feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for what I had to go through." That's her response to the video. Then there's another video she dropped where she's filming her daughter saying that Safari had kicked their son and told their son that he's not their father. And this is what the little girl is saying in the video. So, like these things are getting nasty, and you would think you would want to keep the kids out of this stuff, but and he's going on to say that he should have read the signs that her older son didn't want to have anything to do with her and it hasn't lived with her you know in years. So you know again, learning tools to have the uncomfortable conversation to be resolution based, y'all. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. I gotta give y'all my college picks, y'all. Gotta give y'all my college picks. So my top 5 games for this weekend. Check these out. Number 7, Alabama is at number 11, Tennessee. I'm going with Bama. Going with Bama for those gamblers out there. Number 2 game, number 24, Michigan is at number 22, Illinois. I'm going with Michigan, y'all. Michigan going to get that game. Number 3, number 5, Georgia is at Texas. This is going to be a tough game. Texas is undefeated. They don't look like they're going to lose to anybody, but I'm going with Georgia for the upset, y'all. I'm going with Georgia. Going with Georgia for the upset. Georgia over Texas. Number 4, number 8, LSU at Arkansas. LSU, y'all. I'm going with LSU. And number 5, Nebraska at number 16, undefeated Indiana, number 16, Indiana. I'm going with the upset with Nebraska over number 16, Indiana. So those are the 5 picks for this weekend's games for college football. All right, moving on to our next segment. This segment is brought to you by Big Bravo Section. Make sure you go to bigbravosection.com. Again, bigbravosection.com to buy dope photography and to book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. if you're in the Miami area. If you're not, still book that session. Then fly out, take care of your session. Bravo section dot bigbravosection.com. You got a petty door for us?
No, we do chat now. It's petty words from the Black's Law Dictionary. I feel as though this segment is important because we use words every day and not not understand that there's legal definitions from the words that we use every day. So I pick words randomly from the Black's Law Dictionary and read you their definitions. So the first word is birth certificate. So birth certificate is a formal document which certifies as to the date and place of one's birth and recitation of his or her parentage as issued by an official in charge of such records. Furnishing of such is an official and is required to prove one's age. So birth certificate. Now, your birth record is an official statistical data concerning dates and places of person's birth, of a person's birth, as well as parentage, but is kept by local governments. So you have your birth certificate, but the local government and local county has your birth record. You can go to your local county if you're born in the state of whatever state you're born and get your birth record. And it's going to be like in a long form sheet. All right, next word is liquid. So it said in as said of a business with a substantial amount of the amount is unspecified, but is a substantial amount of working capital, especially quick assets. So in our previous ready to wrap time to wrap episode, Shorty had 20 acres. We would consider in business for her to be liquid because she has working capital and she has quick assets, which is land. So she's what we would call liquid. So next word is proprietary. So proprietary is as used in Massachusetts, the colonial and Massachusetts colonial ordinance of 1741. A term is nearly, if not precisely, equivalent to property. In Old English law, property, proprietary in an action, proprietary in possession, and mixed proprietary. So proprietary is another form or equivalent to using the word property. So again, when she puts property on that 20 acres of land, she'll have proprietary, and she will be in colonial ordinance of 1741, which is what they used to call property. So words of this week are birth certificate, birth record, liquid, and proprietary.
Fire. Make sure y'all send my brother some words looking for the next episode and have nice already. He got the one of them good additions where they got a lot of the words that we need to learn and to understand the technical terms for us. All right, everyday words we use every day. All right, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie alive.
The Lie Live. So for this episode, my Keep the Lie Live is what do you stand for really? The reason why I bring this up is because a WNBA basketball player, a former teammate of the sister that we just talked about, Flo J. Johnson, Angel Reese had came out and said that she's tired of being overly sexualized. And the reason why I ask, like, what do you stand for really is like when she says this, it's confusing because everything that we see you do is very sexual outside of basketball. You are doing your thing. She was, I think, up for runner up for rookie of the year. She had an outstanding year. She had a productive year. Um, I'm not sure if she made the All Star team, but she had a good year. She had a good year, so she is um, an influence to the younger generation and the young ladies that's coming up after her. She is a pillar of the WNBA, whether she's a rookie or not. Now she can be a future pillar and a building block of the WNBA in its popularity because she is an attractive woman, right? But every time you see her outside of basketball, she's not appropriately dressed for certain events or just being out and about. She's tall, nice legs, nice body, and she shows it off, right? So, who is over sexualizing you really? How can somebody over sexualize you if you're choosing to put that on? Like, let's keep this real. I don't understand why women feel like if they dress a certain way, that certain rules don't get applied to them. Because this is like at the end of the day, this is love that we're giving out. This is not a bashing session, right? But we have to understand what our role is in society. She's still a person and she can make her own choices, right? But when you go places that are corporate events and you have on the bodysuit, showing the body, showing them cakes, showing the uppers, showing them legs, it doesn't give off business. So it gives off sexy. And most times in this day and age, when somebody is sexy, they're going to be over sexualized. It's just a part of the game. It's a part of the chicken sandwich. It's a part of the whole algorithm of what's going on. For example, if she goes to if she goes to an event and she's very sexy, dress and having the body all showing, that's going to be in the algorithm more than her going to the local gym and working with some new kids, up and coming kids, or just being around kids just to be an influence. They don't even have to be able to play basketball. Just being around them can influence that kid to do whatever. So your sexy outfit is going to be in the algorithm more than that. So knowing that, you have to work 10 times harder to continue to be the brand that you want to be and not be over sexualized. If you don't want to be over sexualized, then don't put that on, especially at a corporate event. I seen her at one of the All-Star games recently with with another young lady and an NBA basketball player, and she looked really good. That's something she would wear to the mall or in her private life, but that's somewhat of a corporate event because you have people there that's about their money. You have corporate sponsors there. This is a chance for you to put on your business suit, put your best foot forward, and conduct yourself as a business. You don't hear the same conversation with other ladies who conduct themselves as a business. Mind you, she has the reach, she has the talent, she has the influence. So it's nothing for her to, instead of putting on something super sexy, put on a business fit so people could take you serious, the ones that cut the check. Cause she's out and about, and there ain't no shade on her being out and about. But if you don't want people to over sexualize you, if you don't want to be in the algorithm for all the wrong reasons, then stop wearing sexy fits. Don't want a corporate fit and get to your bag. Simple and plain. Cause she also came out and said that uh her monthly bill, her rent is 8 grand a month, and um that her WNBA check don't cover her bills. So, if you want to continue to live that type of life of luxury, then treat yourself as a business. You're at the perfect age to do it. You're young, you have the influence, you have the skill, the talent. Make it work for you. Make it work for you. We just spoke about your former teammate making it work for her, instead of buying Birkin bags, instead of doing all the things, the typical things that somebody in their early 20s would buy. She went out and bought property and gained through assets. Now for you, you have a chance to make next level money. You have a chance to set the market in a different place when it comes to WNBA players, when it comes to attention and corporate sponsors and getting all that money. There's no way you're going to get to it if you're not dressed appropriately, because you're not something that they want representing their brand if it's overdoing it. If the algorithm is only showing you in a sexy fit, or how pretty your face is, or how nice your body is. Think about it and make a different decision if you don't want to be over sexualized. That's my keep the lie live for this episode. Anything you want to add to that, bro?
Nah.
So make sure again y'all tap in next episode 100. We up on 100, man. I'm so excited, bro. Uh, what am I missing? Want to thank some of the sponsors of the show: Bravo Section, Button Snaps, OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or hit my brother on his Instagram at.
Bravo section _
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram. Also, make sure you tap into the Overstand podcast every Monday at 9:30. Why understand? Why understand when you go overstand every Monday at 9:30? Again, I want to thank y'all for rocking out with us. I went through a little something with Hurricane Milton. The power, the grid in my whole area was out for days. So luckily it's back on, and we back strong. Pause. Again, man, we got the 100th episode coming up. Next episode for the Sunday edition. So make sure y'all tap in, show love, and get ready to have a great time. We're gonna be doing some giveaways by random. So make sure y'all tap in, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that all button on the page as well. Yo, we're gonna be back, y'all, this Sunday at 10:30. Y'all already know what time it is. And it's nothing but love. And we'll be back, y'all. We out.